In this video, I'll share 7 traits of a too masculine woman. Before we begin, it's important to understand that as women, we possess both masculine and feminine energies within us. Being moderately masculine can be attractive, but when a woman predominantly operates from her masculine energy without grounding herself in her femininity, it can cause imbalance. Welcome to the She Believes channel, where we empower women to embrace their true potential and believe in themselves. I want to clarify that the purpose of this video is not to shame any woman who exhibits these traits. We all use our masculine energy to some extent. The issue arises when women become accustomed to being masculine and struggle to switch back to their feminine nature. I intend to bring awareness to women who may not realize that these behaviors lean toward the masculine side. Let's explore the first trait of a masculine woman: being impulsively driven and competitive. While it's natural for both men and women to have a competitive drive, it's important to understand how it manifests differently in feminine and masculine energy. A feminine woman purposefully embraces her competitive energy. She sets goals, focuses on personal growth, and competes with herself to become the best version of herself. Her drive comes from a place of self-improvement and inner fulfillment. On the other hand, a too masculine woman tends to compete impulsively, often driven by insecurities. She may feel the constant need to prove herself and seek external validation through achievements. This impulsive drive to compete can stem from a deep-seated fear of not being enough or not measuring up to societal expectations. For example, let's consider 2 women in a work setting. The feminine woman approaches her work with a sense of purpose and personal growth. She sets realistic goals, focuses on honing her skills, and aims to contribute meaningfully to the team. She competes with herself, striving to improve and excel in her role. On the other hand, the too masculine woman may exhibit impulsive and competitive behavior. She may engage in unnecessary office politics, constantly compare herself to others, and feel the need to outshine her colleagues at any cost. Her drive to compete may be fueled by insecurities, seeking external validation and recognition rather than focusing on personal growth and fulfillment. The second trait we'll discuss is proclaiming to be Miss Independent. While independence is certainly admirable and empowering, it's important to embody it in a more subtle and understated way, rather than loudly proclaiming it to the world. When you constantly broadcast your independence, it can inadvertently project more masculine energy. This can attract men who might be interested in taking advantage of your self-reliance, rather than forming a genuine connection with you. Striking a balance is key. Embrace and celebrate your independence, but don't let it become the sole defining aspect of your identity. Instead of loudly proclaiming your self-sufficiency, allow your actions and character to speak for themselves. For example, let's say you're on a date with someone and they ask about your career or financial situation. Instead of emphasizing how independent and successful you are, you can simply share your accomplishments without making them the centerpiece of the conversation. This allows you to express your independence without overpowering the interaction or potentially attracting individuals who are solely interested in what you can provide for them. The third trait we'll explore is being bossy. Men typically don't appreciate women who are constantly bossy, exerting control, and dictating their will. This behavior can make men feel emasculated and create an unhealthy power struggle within relationships. Smart women understand the importance of allowing men to take the lead while still ensuring that the men they choose possess the competence and ability to lead effectively. It's about finding the right balance between assertiveness and allowing space for masculine energy to naturally emerge. For example, in a relationship, a bossy woman might try to micromanage every aspect, constantly telling her partner what to do and how to do it. This not only undermines the man's confidence, but also stifles his ability to take initiative and make decisions. On the other hand, a woman who embraces her femininity and allows her partner to lead doesn't compromise her strength or independence. Instead, She creates a dynamic where both partners can thrive and contribute in their unique ways. Being respectful of your partner's abilities and strengths is crucial. It doesn't mean suppressing your own opinions or ideas, but rather finding ways to communicate and collaborate effectively without resorting to a bossy or controlling demeanor. Trusting in your partner's competence and giving them the space to showcase their leadership qualities can lead to a more harmonious and balanced relationship. The fourth trait we'll discuss is the desire to impress men. It's natural to want to showcase your accomplishments and be proud of your achievements. However, a too masculine woman may feel a constant need to prove herself, seeking external validation through her accomplishments. This can stem from underlying beliefs that she needs to bring external achievements to the table to be loved and valued. In reality, men who are genuinely interested in you care more about who you are as a person rather than what you do or what you have achieved. They value your inner qualities, your personality, and the connection they feel with you on a deeper level. They appreciate your authentic self and the unique qualities that make you who you are. For example, let's say a woman constantly feels the need to impress a man by highlighting her successful career, educational background, or financial status. She believes that these external factors are what will make her desirable and lovable. However, a man who is truly interested in her will be more interested in her character, her values, her sense of humor, and how she makes him feel when they're together. It's important to recognize that your worth as a woman goes beyond external achievements. Embrace your authentic self and focus on nurturing meaningful connections based on shared values, emotional compatibility, and mutual respect. When you prioritize being true to yourself and cultivating genuine connections, you'll attract men who appreciate you for who you are, not just for what you've achieved. The fifth trait we'll explore is the tendency to buy a man's love. This refers to the act of trying to win someone's affection by showering them with gifts, paying for everything, or financially supporting them. While it's natural to want to show your affection and care through gestures of generosity, relying solely on material offerings to gain someone's love can project masculine energy. It's essential to remember that high-quality men appreciate a woman for who she is, not for what she can provide financially. They value emotional connection, shared experiences, and genuine compatibility. Trying to buy love or constantly playing the role of a financial provider can attract low-value men who are comfortable taking advantage of such situations. These men may be more interested in what you can offer them materially rather than in building a genuine, balanced partnership. For example, let's say a woman consistently pays for expensive dinners, vacations, or gifts in an attempt to win a man's love. While this may initially attract attention, it creates an imbalance in the relationship dynamic. The man may become accustomed to relying on the woman for financial support, and his motivations for being in the relationship may be driven by self-interest rather than genuine affection. Instead, focus on building a connection based on mutual respect, emotional compatibility, and shared values. Allow the man to contribute his share in the relationship, both emotionally and financially. This creates a balanced dynamic where both partners can give and receive love without relying solely on material gestures. The sixth trait we'll discuss is the act of chasing men. In today's society, there is a growing emphasis on women making the first move and taking charge in romantic relationships. However, it's important to recognize that men are biologically wired to pursue women. When a woman takes on the role of pursuing or chasing a man, it can disrupt the natural dynamic between masculine and feminine energies. Chasing men can be perceived as masculine behavior because it goes against traditional gender roles and expectations. It can also make men feel emasculated or unneeded, as they may interpret excessive pursuit as a sign that the woman doesn't value her worth and needs constant validation. To maintain your high value and preserve the natural balance in relationships, it's best to allow men to take the lead. This doesn't mean that you can't show interest or give subtle signs of attraction, but avoid excessive pursuit or initiating every interaction. Give the man an opportunity to express his interest and demonstrate his intentions. Here's an example to illustrate the concept. Let's say you're interested in a man you've recently met. Instead of bombarding him with constant messages or planning all the dates, give him space to pursue you. Show genuine interest and reciprocate his efforts, but allow him to take the lead in planning and initiating contact. By doing so, you allow the natural courtship process to unfold and create a sense of excitement and anticipation for both parties. The final trait we'll discuss is the tendency to be angry and aggressive. While aggression can be observed in both men and women, it is typically associated with masculinity. When a woman displays physical or verbal aggression, it can compromise her femininity and overall attractiveness. In relationships, aggression can create a hostile and unhealthy environment. Men are often attracted to women who embody grace, kindness, and emotional stability. When a woman displays anger and aggression, it disrupts the natural balance and can push men away. If you find yourself struggling with anger or aggression, it's crucial to address the underlying root causes. Anger is often a manifestation of deeper emotional pain or unresolved issues. By exploring these triggers and seeking support through therapy or self-reflection, you can gain insight into the source of your anger. Once you understand the root cause, it becomes easier to redirect your energy towards more positive and productive outlets. Engaging in activities that promote emotional well-being, such as mindfulness, meditation, or physical exercise, can help channel and release built-up aggression more healthily. Here's an example to illustrate the concept. Let's say you're in a situation where you feel anger building up inside you. Instead of lashing out or resorting to aggressive behavior, take a step back and analyze what triggered the anger. Is there a deeper emotional pain or unresolved issue that needs attention? Once you identify the root cause, you can work on addressing it through therapy or other healing practices. In addition, find alternative ways to channel your energy and express your emotions. This could involve engaging in activities that bring you joy, practicing relaxation techniques, or finding creative outlets for self-expression. By redirecting your anger towards positive and productive endeavors, you not only preserve your femininity, but also cultivate a healthier and more fulfilling life. Understanding these traits helps us become more self-aware and find a balance between our masculine and feminine energies. If you find value in this content, I will greatly appreciate your support. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Together, let's inspire and uplift each other on this incredible journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Until next time, believe in yourself and keep shining.